Unlock your potential today at skillbakery.com.
Welcome back, everyone. In the previous lectures, we set up the Hugging Face Inference client and built a complete playground with multiple functional tabs. Today in Lecture 4, we are going to focus on two very important and practical capabilities: text generation and text classification, with special attention on zero-shot classification. These features are extremely useful when building real-world applications like chatbots, support systems, content analyzers, and intelligent assistants. Let's start by looking at our current playground. We have 5 tabs, but today we'll mainly focus on text generation and text classification. Starting with text classification, the first one that we captured in our initial lecture, Lecture 2, Sentiment Analysis. Let's first look at the Sentiment Analysis tab. We are using a fine-tuned model. Let's go ahead and explore that model in our index.js page. So here, you'll notice for sentiment analysis, we are using this model. This is BERT-based uncased fine-tuned SST2 English. This model is specifically trained to understand whether a piece of text is positive or negative. So here you can see we are choosing the model, providing the input. This is a standard classification call. We pass the text and the model returns the label along with a confidence score. In our UI, we display it nicely. So here, if I show you analyzing the statement, you'll see the emoji as well as the label, positive, and the confidence score as 100%. Now this approach works very well when you have a fixed set of categories and want fast, accurate results. Now let's move on to the text generation. Here, the model that we are using is Meta Llama 3.2 3B Instruct. And this is served through Featherless AI provider. So if I show you the implementation for this, inside our text generation code block, you'll notice that we have our inference call over here, hf.chatCompletion. And here we are using the model and then the provider. That's why the comment over here says working model and the provider together. So you'll notice that the model name is coming and then it is separated by a colon, and the provider name is coming up over here as Featherless-AI. So here, let's explore the parameters that we have. First is the model itself. We are specifying both the model and the provider using the colon syntax. This ensures we route the request to a provider that actually supports this model. Messages, if you see, we are using the chat format, which is the standard way to interact with modern instruct models. Max tokens, this controls the maximum length of the generated response. We have set it to 300 to keep responses reasonably sized. And then temperature. This controls how creative or deterministic the output is. A value of 0.7 gives a good balance between creativity and coherence. This setup gives us good quality responses while remaining stable. So now let's go ahead and see it in action over here. So this is the text that we have. If I click on generate response, after a while, you'll get the response over here. Open source AI matters because it enables collaboration, accelerates innovation, and promotes transparency, diversity, and accessibility in AI development, ultimately benefiting society as a whole. Now, let's go to zero-shot classification. This is one of the most powerful features in this lecture. Unlike traditional classification, zero-shot classification doesn't require any training data or fine-tuning. You simply provide the text and a list of possible labels, and the model decides which label fits best. We are using the Facebook Brat Large MLI for this. And if I take you to the code, we have this code over here. If you look at this example, we have this parameter set to candidate labels. Now this is the most important parameter. You can pass any labels you want. For example, we have passed positive, negative, neutral, suggestion, complaint, etc. The model will return scores for all of them. And the model that we have chosen, Facebook Brat Large MLI, is excellent at understanding relationships between text and labels. This technique is extremely useful in real projects because your categories can change without needing to retrain anything. Now over here, if I show you zero-shot classification in action, I have this statement: I had an amazing experience with your support team today. If I click on classify, and these are the three labels that I want to classify. You'll notice that the positive gets 98.2, and that's why it says top one is positive, and the remaining two, neutral and negative, have proper percentages or confidence score associated with them. So you can see that for each of these labels, the text was interpreted and accordingly scored and associated with those labels. So now that we have summarization tab for completeness, which uses Facebook's BART-large CNN, here we control the output length using max length and min length. This gives us flexibility depending on how concise or detailed we want the summary to be. To summarize what we have learned today in this lecture, we have covered how to perform standard text classification using fine-tuned models, how to use zero-shot classification for dynamic and flexible labeling, how to implement text generation using a working Llama 3.2 model with proper parameters, the importance of parameters like temperature, max tokens, and candidate labels. Our playground is now quite capable. You can analyze sentiment, generate text, summarize content, translate text, and perform zero-shot classification, all using the same inference client. A few important points before we end. When using chat completion, always use instruct or chat-tuned models. When working with zero-shot, experiment with different label sets. When working with zero-shot, experiment with different label sets. The result can be surprisingly accurate. For production applications, remember to move your Hugging Face token to the backend. That's it for Lecture 4. In the next lecture, we'll start exploring vision capabilities with Hugging Face Inference. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.
If you find the video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.